now it's time for Deep Dish. Part of the show, we go deep on a topic or we dish about ourselves. So let's talk about money. How much you guys got? No, I'm just kidding. All right. So you know that we have the rich people in this country, of course, and across the world. But what do you call like the uber rich, richer than rich? Have you ever heard of Centi-Billionaires? There's exactly 2 of them, okay? Centi-Billionaire means $100 billion or more, which is a number it's even hard to fathom. So we got 2 of them. It's Microsoft founder Bill Gates. He just recently joined the list. And Amazon's Jeff Bezos in the 12-figure club. Ooh. That means, again, they've each gotten $100 billion. And just to put that in a little context, guys, I looked at like the total GDP of countries, and that would put them at like 63rd, themselves, individually, as each person, richer than about 80 countries below them.
Oh,
and themselves, it's crazy.
It is.
Can I just borrow 1 million?
Yeah, just 1
Not
million.
even a billion.
You won't even notice it. It's like throwing a penny on the ground.
It's like $1 to you guys. Come on, just 1 million. Just that's it.
After. Oh, go ahead.
No, maybe even $1 billion.
Yeah,
why not start with $1 million? Go with $1 billion, right? Exactly.
I'll take 1,000 at this point. I got a good weekend plan. I just need a few extra bucks in my pocket.
I mean, after $5 million, it's all the same to me, right? $5 million, $100 billion, there's really no difference in my mind. It's just so unfathomable. It's so much money. The cool thing I will say is Bill Gates has said he intends to give away half of his wealth, and he's already given $35 billion to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which is helping people all over the world. So that's, I think, what we should be celebrating.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they both do some charitable work, of course, and certainly Bill and Melinda Gates are really well known for it. When you talk about that much money, though, it's really hard just not to say, and as we look at, I don't want to get into the tax debate about tax structure and that stuff, but it really brings up a really important issue, of course, in our country of income inequality, which a lot of people are talking about. Obviously, these people have founded great companies that are doing a lot of good work. They deserve, I think they deserve every penny that they've got. Right. But yeah, I think it's about recognizing we have so many people in our country, in our city of Chicago, that cannot find their next meal. So while we talk about how cool it is that these people are Centi-Billionaires, when you mention that million, that'd be great. We talked about this Greater Chicago Food Depository. $1 was 3 meals worth for people. I wish that we could find a way to get some of those resources, make sure that they stay in our communities and cities, and find a way to funnel that money on down.
Well, let's solve the problem for them right now. Let's tell them, guys,
get it
I have
going.
an idea for you. Definitely. I was curious too, because it's obviously 2 men at the top. I wanted to know how close women were to getting to Centi-Billionaires.
Yeah.
So we're halfway there, right?
Okay.
So we've got Francois Betancourt-Myers. She's a L'Oreal heiress, in Congress, and chairwoman of the company. So she's halfway there right now.
So she's like 50 billion.
49.5 billion.
Pretty darn good.
So
pretty darn
not
good.
bad at all, but we just want to get a little bit closer there too.
Where's Oprah on that list? She's in the single billions. Come on, Oprah, step it up.
She has her own category. Oprah's just like, this is Oprah's category. Nobody else can step here.
Okay, so we have to talk about shoes, because you know how sometimes you want to break in a shoe before it's nice and comfy? Well, Gucci, they just took this concept to another level. So check out this new vintage distressed shoe. So guys, it's basically a used dirty shoe, or at least it's meant to look like one. And get this, it costs $870. Would you even consider this?
I've got shoes like that I've given, thrown away in a garbage bag. I wish I would hold on to those things from the 80s. They would have been real vintage, really used, worth a bunch.
Well, it's one of those things now, you're starting to see sneaker companies do this. Like Nike brought back the dad shoes. A lot of people are wearing those, and
right. I'm not proud to say. He was like, oh, okay.
Should have rocked those today.
Right.
Rocked those today.
But they're from Target.
They're not no worries. Hey, as long as they worked, right? Exactly. So, but I mean, a lot of sneaker companies are coming out with the distressed shoes and the beige, yellow bottoms. My whole thing is, why wear those when you can just, my whole thing is just having nice shoes.
Well, let's show off yours, Cameron, because you came in here with some pretty nice shoes today. What are we looking at here down?
This is my drip. This is what I call my drip, all right? These are the Jordan 3s, so super classic, 88s. So these are things that are super, super rare, but at the same time, though, I had my connect, my plug hooked me up, and I got these.
Wait, when you say your drip?
My drip.
What does that mean?
It means their style.
Oh, that's really
Come on,
I'm trying to
How do I use this in a sentence?
So, Carly, you're drippy today. I see your drip. I see your drip. See, I'm trying to educate Carly, John.
I have no idea.
So by the end of the show, they'll be having that in their vocabulary.
Girl, we're going to be dripping by 8 o'clock. Let me tell you.
Your flannel's drippy.
Yeah,
all right. Speaking of expensive shoes, they've got a list of some of the most expensive ones that I know we're going to highlight. And coming in at number 3 on this list of the most expensive shoes is the the Colette X Air Jordan. You know more about these. You do the talking, Cameron.
I got you. These are the Colette Air Jordan Retro High combos. Now, they could cost up to $6,700.
That's crazy.
So,
Jeff
Bezos, Bill Gates, they can afford those.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, us is just just like, all right, well, cool. So
Yeah,
you have to make
forget it.
life decisions before you go out and, cop a pair of those.
Right.
So just, take your time with that, all right? Now, the second most expensive is the Adidas Pharrell China Pack Happy. Now, these sneakers are by Pharrell, were only released in China and could cost up to $9,000.
I like those.
When I look at those, I see the metallic on it. It's like you get one scratch in that. That's got to take
Yeah,
it
it's a
down
wrap,
at least
right.
a couple $100.
No, that
right?
makes it more expensive because the vintage
The
look is
distressed
in, the distressed. It's dripping.
But in general, don't you want your sneakers to look clean?
You want them to look clean, but at the same time, though, if you get a kind of mark or scuff on them, if you're paying $9,000, you should be able to afford another pair.
Right.
So
That's
that should be the thing,
okay.
right?
I thought you were going to say to
All right,
clean
what's the
them.
most expensive speaker? around?
Most expensive is the undefeated Nike Kobe 1 Pro Tro Purple. Now, these are really, really super hard to find, and you have to shell out as much as $10,000 for them. Again, it's
Why
just
are
that
those-
category.
Those are
Why are those
ugly.
called purple? Because they're green.
It's just kind of like throwing.
Do you
them
like
in the thing.
those?
They're okay. I mean, with me, it's more so about what can I wear with an outfit, right?
Right.
So I mean, those are more basketball shoes. Just given my basketball background, if something is a basketball shoe, I want to play ball in, it. And I'm not going to play basketball in $10,000
No.
sneakers. I'm not going to do that.
You
So-
wear those indoors only,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. So I'm definitely that's why I got my Jordan 3s on today.
Okay.
So I knew I was coming on the jam, had to rock these on.
You're not
Oh,
going to get them
yeah.
dirty in the studio.
No,
it's all
not
good.
at all,
Maybe
not
put
at
some
all.
tape on the bottom so they don't even get scuffed on the bottom.
Well, you gotta admit-
that might be taking it too far.
All right, you got to be honest here. What's the
Okay.
most you've ever paid for a shoe?
$300.
$300. Okay,
So it's not nothing outrageous. And
Okay.
again, my wife is watching, so I don't want to get myself in trouble. So we budget. So I'm going to make sure that I don't go overboard. But $300 is the most.
But
I
if she
paid.
wasn't watching, what would you say?
Yeah.
$300. I'm a smart man.
Cool, cool. I think $200 when
Yeah.
I was living in Italy and I really wanted a nice pair of boots. I got a $200 pair of boots, but that is not the norm for me.
Right.
I feel like spending $80 on shoes is a lot.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I've spent maybe $100 or $150, but I will say that I do like nice shoes around here. I'm wearing some of my favorite shoes here today. But what I gotta say is, I just ask for them as gifts instead. That's what I asked for Christmas from my parents. I'm like, just get me one nice pair of shoes, last me for a year, 2 years, something like that. So that way I don't have to pony up and get them myself.
Oh, that's a very useful
I just
present.
pony it off to someone
That's
else.
cute.
You get me the
Yeah.
expensive stuff.
John, we got to hook
Handle
up. I gotta enhance your sneaker game. Man. We got to get this going. All right?
I really-
that's
Keep
my
us drippy,
goal. I
Cameron.
got you.
Keep
The
us
drip
drippy.
will be well with you guys. Trust me.
Oh, is that why the song's like drip, drip,
Will be
drip,
well.
drip?
A little bit like that. But listen, little baby drip too hard. There we go. So there's your homework. There's your
Not
homework.
enough dripping on this
All right.
show so far.
All right, have you guys heard of Bliss Point, this
No.
term? Okay, so it's basically when you want to have like one chip or cookie or something really delicious. The next thing you know, the whole bag is empty and you don't even know what happened, AKA just another Friday night for me. No,
Yeah,
but really,
right.
apparently, this is called Bliss Point. So junk food, it triggers this happy hormone and it's just the perfect balance of sugar, salt, and fat, so all the good stuff, and our body just ignores any normal signs of being full, and you just want to keep going.
This feels really good because I always do this, and now I have science to blame for it. You know, I've always just sat there after the chips are gone. I'm like, just blame myself. Now I'm like,
Yeah.
no, wait. There's some reason to this. There's a reason why this happened.
Yeah.
I am definitely one of those people that that's why I usually try not to buy too many chips or Enrique loves to have little chocolates after every single meal, so he has a bag of them in the fridge.
Such a beautiful thing, though.
No, but it's not because he's starting to notice that they're lower and lower every single time. He's like, wait a second, there were like 20 in here
Does
yesterday.
he start marking his bag?
He should. I told him to buy a safe and just put them in there. Because
Yeah.
honestly, if I know they're there and I start that first
know.
one, it is really problematic.
It's so
and,
hard.
and we joke about it, but for a lot of people, it's a real serious issue for them.
It's really
It
tough,
is.
even when going over my parents' house. Like, I think my mom strategically puts Oreos, the original Oreos, not
Yeah.
the double stuff,
Okay.
right on the counter in the kitchen. So she knows I'm going to walk by.
Is it a
Just
trap?
I just grab like 5 and I just walk away like this. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really, eat Oreos a lot. So I'll
Yeah.
just take these 5. I'll be good. But then that spirals and now it's 10, 15. But I can see that, just
The
that
thing-
releasing the sugar and all that
It's
stuff.
just
Yeah.
so delicious.
Yeah,
The
it
thing
is.
for me that I love more than anything is chocolate-covered pretzels, and I freeze them. I also like them cold, like Enrique.
Yeah.
He's a smart man. And I wish I could just have 1 or 2, but that's just not the way it goes.
I gotta say,
so
all
good.
the science backs up what Pringles has said for years. Once you pop, you just can't stop.
Just can't
Exactly.
stop.
So
No.
they knew this thing ahead of time. No, and I agree. And I think that manufacturers know this. That's why they put these ingredients. We love them. Portion control is probably the
Yeah.
biggest thing. Look, we have all these great diets we talk about on the shows, and we all talk about them. They're great, but the idea everything is moderation.
Yeah.
The problem is these foods are designed for anything but moderation.
I know.
So that's the hardest struggle. So don't even put them in the pantry. That's all I'm
Just
saying.
don't even buy it.